It's a brutal era of endless war. The forces of chaos pour forth from the north, ravenously devouring the once mighty empire. But one intrepid leader seeks to unite and save all humankind, and purge every last vestige of chaos from the world.
Hey guys, welcome back to the very long and thematic Emperor Karl Franz campaign. The place where we left off at the tail end of the last episode was a discussion about what to do here with these armies vis-a-vis Azhag's invading forces right here. So really quick recap, we've wiped out several, I guess two, of Archaon's armies in the last two episodes. We knocked out one of Clan Molder's armies. We're still under invasion pretty much everywhere. Actually, I shouldn't say pretty much everywhere. It's really, we're under invasion here in the east. We were under invasion here in the south, but we have seen Sylvania now pull his armies back here. This is Vlad. Pull his armies back over here on this front down here. And Festus is in our territory, but we're not actively at war with him yet. I think we will be in the very near future. So the discussion was what to do with this, and I appreciate the feedback. It has been pointed out to me that this army right here is suffering attrition, so we don't particularly need to... Oh, he's even got a Skaven Plague on him for 4 turns. Interesting. Okay, so... That's convenient for us. However, it does also mean we might want to try to stay away from that army right there because we don't want the Skaven Plague for ourselves. However, okay, so anyway, these armies are... well, this army right here is very limited in what it can do on its own. That army right there is actually reasonably strong. They've got a lot of good units here. These are all Black Orcs. And then they have the Wa army as well, which is only growing. So it would behoove us to wipe it out. However... at this point, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 armies over here. We're building defenses in most of these settlements, so we kind of have things more or less stabilized. So it could be that these guys are a lower priority. Having said all that, I've thought about it, and here's what I'm thinking. This area right here is a good location for us to have some armies anyway, because from here... we can react and go north, we could push east, we could push south as necessary. So this is not a bad place for us to have armies. Moreover, we do have armies that we are trying to get all in roughly the same place because I want to exchange some units back and forth between them. In particular, I want to get some halberdiers into Emperor Karl Franz's army because he does not have enough of a front line. He's got more than half of his army here is ranged. That is not good. That's not what we want at all. So, yeah. So I'm kind of thinking if we're going to have our armies down here anyway in this area, then it makes sense to go ahead and wipe out that army right there. I can do it in a lightning strike battle with Karl Franz. I don't think the the Wa army even gets involved in a lightning strike battle. But even if they did, other than the Wyvern, there's not really much there to worry about. So I'm going to go ahead and start this episode out with this right here. We're still going to have 47% movement left. And yeah, I think what it's going to do is it's going to force Zugtak there. It's going to force him backwards. So let's go ahead and start with this.
Ulrich's will.
It's a valiant defeat if I fight both armies, obviously, because that also pulls in the Wa armies. But if I do a lightning strike here, decisive victory. Yep, none of the Wa armies get involved. Take a look here at the battlefield. Okay, pretty straightforward. They're going to have to come to us because of our artillery advantage. Suits me fine. Let's fight it. Alrighty. Pretty straightforward here. Yeah, start deployment. We want to get... We want to get you guys probably... No, you're not going to be able to reach. Okay, never mind. You can get back here, then. That's fine. Okay. Sorry about that. World's loudest sneeze. Okay, you can probably stand to kind of sit this one out because you need healing. What I really need is for you to not take any damage. Let's go ahead and get all 6 of you all kind of more or less right here. Like so. I'll adjust as necessary. Okay, the great swords likewise could stand to fight a battle without suffering casualties because they are desperately in need of replenishing as well. Now, let's get you here. Let's get you guys up like this. I want to do melee characters, then wizards, then ranged characters. And the witch hunter, you can actually be up here. Okay, at least we have enough characters that we can provide a bit of a front line for our missile units, and then we're going to use our wizard here. Maybe Penumbral Pendulum, maybe Pit of Shades, maybe Triple M right there. Black Orcs, Biggins, Black Orcs. Okay, so the Black Orcs, again, they've got enough units here that are a definite concern. Alright. Start the battle. At least we do know that we can get a little bit of quite a bit of damage on them before they engage us in melee because of the all the ranged that we've got. So they're coming into artillery range here. We're just going to wait for them to get a little closer so our artillery can launch. Now, all of you all do need to be in guard mode. Actually, you know what? You all in guard mode as well. Actually, you know what? You guys in guard mode as well. Even you. Guard mode. Okay, there we go. That's good. Now, you get back. We don't really want them to do any more damage than that to us. Let's go ahead and try... Okay, you better get out of the way. I don't want the artillery to accidentally hit you. Let's go ahead and try maybe a Penumbral Pendulum here. If we're not close enough. Scratch that, Michael. Okay, I tell you what, if they're going to stay like that, that suits me fine. There's no rush. Okay, let's try this. I think I didn't quite angle that correctly. Did a little bit of damage, though. Okay. Alright, you guys kind of get back a little bit. You can get back a little bit. You can get back a little bit. Okay, Karl, Franz. This is nice. If they want to just send one unit at a time into artillery range, that suits me perfectly fine. And they're not too far away from the Hopeland long rifles. being able to start shooting now. Alright, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get Karl Franz straight into... Okay, I'm not going to do it until they start moving forward again. There we go. Straight into this Ragnarok.
That's an order! Very well! To arms, men! Obey!
Okay, now you can buff him.
I shall unhinge them!
And debuff him.
Get some room, more projectile!
Okay, this is looking just fine. This is good. We're doing lots of damage here. Karl Franz, go ahead and drink your healing potion. I think you've slowed down that... Ooh, never mind. You haven't slowed down the spider enough. Well, you have, but you might as well pursue him until he's wiped out. Okay, over here, this is the bigger problem right now. Turn this way, guys. Like this. I need you over here on these trolls. Okay, over here. Yeah, we're doing just fine right there. Let's get you over here. That spider is shattered now. Let's go ahead and get you guys blowing up. Those trolls are broken. Excellent. Okay. All right. Hit those snotling pump wagons. Okay, this is looking really good. Really good indeed. Go ahead and get after the enemy lord there. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a debuff on him again. Never mind. There we go. Looks pretty good to me. Okay. Should have been a minimal amount of casualties there. You can get out of the way while the artillery is firing. He's going to get away. There's not really much we could do about that. You get out of there. What are you standing in? I'm not sure what you were standing in. You took a tiny little bit of damage, but it's okay. I can live with that. All right, let's go ahead and end the battle. Now, I just realized the army is, of course, going to survive. There's way too many units there for them to get wiped out, so they're just going to retreat. They're probably going to retreat in a direction that I don't really want to pursue them, but we'll find out. They did at least lose a couple of units here, which should deplete their Wa army. However, we do need to be very careful about our positioning and about the possibility that that other army of Azhag has lightning strike, because I think he was a level 43 lord. Okay. Let's go ahead and take the replenishment. It's probably not necessary. I think we'll take the money. Yeah, we'll take the money. It's fine. Alright, well, he didn't go very far. And Zugtak there, he didn't retreat at all. I thought he was going to. Okay. Alright. I guess with the lightning strike, that means that the reinforcing army just doesn't need to retreat. Because it's not really a reinforcing army. Okay, so if we did that, we'd still be at 39%. We could do that just to wipe them out. I could attack that army, but that is obviously a much, much more difficult battle for Karl Franz to fight on his own. I feel like we should go ahead and wipe this one out completely. I'm going to have to fight it manually. Okay, let's apply our skills first of all. I'm going to have to fight it manually just because... Wow, he's literally got everything except these last 2 points. And 1 point left on Mentor. Yeah, I need to fight it manually just because I do not want to suffer any more casualties than necessary. Okay, Lupio, you, it looks like... Really? I never gave you Mark of Heish? I never gave you Hard to Hit? I never gave you Scarred Veteran? Alright, well, we need to do that. Okay. You need Specialist. We definitely want to start doing some assassinations if possible. You have all of that you need, but we could start doing, let's see what your trade is. You're confident, so it doesn't matter if you're melee or ranged. Pretty clearly the AI leveled this character up originally because I would not have prioritized Gutter Fighter for a hybrid unit, but it's fine. I'll go ahead and give him Silver Bullets. Helmet Hasselhoff here. We'll give you... You're on a warhorse now. We probably should give you the missile resistance. Let's do that, and then we'll give you Impassioned as well. Okay, and then you, Helmet Feuerbuck. I forgot. Okay, so there were 3 things I did. You got Deadly Onslaught. 3 things that I did at the tail end of the last episode that I was not able to save. So I need to make sure... Oh, I just realized I'm not going to be able to do one of them. This guy right here, Helmut Hasselhoff, I actually used him to scout the ruins there of Beck. That's on me. It's not a big deal. I would have done it had I remembered. Okay. And you, like I said, you had moved back into these. These are not ruins, Michael. Back into Deadwood. All right. So now what we have, I need you to be in probably in encampment stance. I need you to be in encampment stance, but maybe not. I think I go ahead and pursue right here. It's only going to take a few percentage points of movement. We're going to... Ooh, I could even take out that 9 seconds for that army to come out. Is that worth doing? It might be. Just to take out that settlement. Oh, no, that's not a settlement. That's the Wild Army, Michael. There's no need to fight that. I was thinking that was a settlement garrison coming in to help him out. Okay, no, we'll just do this, and... Yeah, like I said, I need to fight it manually, because I would probably take some casualties if I auto-resolved. And depending on where they deploy, We may not want to use that same formation that we just used. Let's see what the game gives us here. Start deployment. Okay, they're in the trees naturally, which makes sense. We can certainly reach them right away with our artillery. Some of our units are... Okay, no, it did not have us deploy the same way that we did in the previous battle for some reason. I'm not sure why. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and deploy back here. We're going to get gunpowder units to protect the flanks. Let's get you and you and you and you up here. Okay, so that means our gunpowder units we went up here this far.
Taking aim.
Okay, that's fine. That's all fine. We do want you over here just so they don't get through. Tell you what, let's use both of you. Both of you over here so they don't come through the trees into our flank. And then you guys over here like this. I don't think they're likely to come that way. So I'm going to turn you a little bit more so you can turn more quickly to face them. Karl, Franz, and once more we're going to put you here, but this time we're going to put you right in front of the missile units because I do not want to move you forward if I don't have to. This is all fine. The wizard, you can do your thing still. Okay, you can be here. And you guys over here. I'll get you forward. Probably. No, we're going to put you here. Alright. Karl, Franz, get ready. And wizard as well. Everybody else, I think I'm reasonably okay with that. Actually, you know what I want to do is I want to get the mortars actually to change positions with these hellstorms because they can shoot over the trees better. Okay, I think that should be all right. Okay, you two, actually, let's put you up here. You two, go ahead and come up this way.
To arms, men!
And you get ready to as well. These are hopefully the only 3 units I'm even going to have to move in this battle. That's my hope. Let's go ahead. Guys, get back. Just blow them up. Blow them up. There we go. That's how you do that. Okay, now these trolls. Blow up those trolls as well. Okay, I don't see anything over here. Blow up those trolls. Nope, 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 sorry. My mistake. I should have given them a new order. Okay, right here. Let's go ahead and let's get a spell off, maybe just to slow them down. See if that works, or are they going to get past it? Nope, that slowed them down. That's good. Okay. Okay, they're already about to break there. Okay, guys, get back over here now. Okay, you are definitely going to be able to do that. And you can turn that way as well. Okay. All right. I think this is just a matter of time now. The main thing now is to not accidentally hit myself with my own artillery, probably. I don't think there's a whole lot to worry about at this point. Let's get you guys back. And then you can come over this way. There, the enemy lord is going to be the last remaining unit to fight, I believe. And if he just stays there, we'll just blow him up with artillery. It's a suboptimal use of the artillery, but it's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and do this on them. Already broken, so not a problem. Okay, let's get you, Karl, Franz. You could probably go ahead and charge in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Get after him. Go ahead and speed up. And you as well. Chase him. Chase him. Can we slow him down? No, we can't slow him down. Do this to him. Karl, Franz, keep going. Come on, man. You can fly. Your speed is 96. His speed is 92. It's not going to happen, is it? It is not going to happen.
Ready for war.
This doesn't speed you up. This doesn't speed you up. This doesn't speed you up. Okay. Alright, in that case, he's going to get away. There's no reason to waste anybody's time. Alright. Got suboptimal rewards out of it because we didn't kill the enemy lord, but that's okay. We're doing fine from a money standpoint right now, even though we're losing 900 per turn. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll take the additional treasury here. That army got wiped out. Arcane item gained. Book of Assure. Okay, that's good. We'll take that. Enemy killed in battle. Now,
I am Franz. They will obey.
let's go ahead and spin our camera here. So if we get you in encampment
I
stance,
see no other option.
you can come as far as here. Let's say more or less where that rock is. Then Emil von Corden, you cannot get there. Helmut Feuerbach. If I put you in march stance, you could get there. Alright, so what we're going to do, if I put you all in march stance instead of putting you in encampment stance, that might be the best way to do it. We're not going to get ambushed by a Skaven army, so I think it's okay for us to move in march stance, and encampment stance would not help us if he has lightning strike. It's just not ideal to be fighting battles out of
I am Prince and Emperor.
march stance. Okay, then you can go ahead and take Impassioned here. I've already forgotten what we got. Oh, it's a Book of Assure. Sort of. Ooh, hello. Is this better for you? Could be. We've got quite a few extra weapons here. Sword of Swift Slang. Okay. I'm gonna... Wow, yeah, we've got lots of extra weapons here. Okay, you know what? I'll try to remember to do this after... Not on camera. I'll try to fuse together some of our weapons and armor to make better versions of it. Okay. Because that could take me a little while to go through all that stuff. We could definitely figure out some better ways to allocate our magic items. Okay, so if I do this, if I put you in march stance,
Unite the provinces.
I put you in. If I put you in march stance,
By Sigma's right.
I put
I
you
will
in
marshal
march
the men.
stance,
It is for the best.
and you are in march stance.
Master
Okay, so let's get
engineer.
you headed as close to him as you can get.
Pursuit of knowledge.
And then we'll see if Karl Franz can get there
Nobody
this
understands the
turn.
importance of ballistic
He
calculations
can
these
indeed.
days.
Okay, this is good. This is good. Let's go ahead and take couple of these halberdiers. And in exchange, I will give back... Let's dump these Deathjack archers. I kind of like keeping the arrows of Moore in Karl Franz's army. They've been with him since the very beginning. Maybe this cannon. Yeah, because we've got too much artillery for one army. Actually, you know, we could do the Templehof Luminarch as well. So that gives us room then for that. So the only remaining regiment of renown that we have in Karl Franz's army are these Hochland long rifles, the Hergig Jägerkorps, and we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missile infantry and 3 artillery and 6 melee infantry. I think that's okay. Do we want to give up one more? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and give up those guys. I may end up disbanding them. I'm not sure. Okay. Use them for an emergency army later. Okay, so now we have a much better looking front line here for Karl Franz. Okay. Auto-resolve strength probably just went down. In fact, it certainly went down. But since I don't auto-resolve anything, that's relatively unimportant. Now, Emil von Corden, we are going to get you... We got 2 options here. If you are already just fine in terms of your army composition here, you're very heavy on cavalry.
The nation calls.
Demigriff Knights right now are the only cavalry you're buffing. You do have 4 of those, though. So that's good. And then we have Helmut Feuerbach. You're very heavy on infantry.
Now,
Okay. I think what we'll do, and then actually I might as well at least look at you. You're only level 5, and you're completely unit agnostic. Okay. In fact, all you've got right now are regiments of renown. Okay. All right. Let's get
the Empire.
these guys. I think what we want to do, maybe a few more great swords into this army, and a few more cavalry into this army. In fact, that's definitely what we want to do. Okay, so you can move over to here.
Moving off.
Actually, you move up to like here,
As you say, sir.
and then you can
What
reach,
does
right?
the Emperor bid?
Yes, you can easily. Okay. All right, so let's do. What did I say? A couple of cavalry, Knights of the Blazing Sun, in exchange for some great swords. Why don't we do... Which army do we want? Which army is in the best shape? Emil von Corden's army is in the best shape. Okay. We're going to make... Okay, we got spears in both armies. We've got halberdiers and swordsmen. Let's just take these 2 great swords and put them into this army. And that 1 cavalry, is that all I want to do there? Or do I want to... Yeah, I'll do 1 more cavalry here. 1 outriders. There we go. Now we have 4 crossbows here and 1 here. I think that's okay, honestly. That's our only missile infantry, are these crossbows and archers right there in that army. Here we only have the 2 handguns. That's fine. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. Okay. All right, so all 4 of you should be close enough to one another that you would all reinforce each other, so it's extremely unlikely that he will attack us.
Work to do.
You are costing us a lot of money. I could disband this entire army, or I could keep him, but disband those.
Yes, my lord.
Meanwhile, you need to work together with Elspeth. Elspeth gets a skill, or Ulrika here gets a skill up. So let's give her... That's okay. Lightning fast, that's good actually. Since she's on a warhorse. But probably what we should be doing is magic with her. Now we'll do that. That 15%, that's pretty good. Okay, so Elspeth here, and what we really need is we need to get Gotrek back into this army. Can't believe he hasn't come back to us yet. Okay, and then you could do some recruiting. If I wanted to recruit. Can I recruit any state troops? Not the gunpowder units, and that's really what I wanted. You have... Yeah, you buff just about everything except for cavalry and artillery. So you're not buffing those at all. That's unfortunate. Okay. Demigriff Knights, maybe. I don't exactly remember. They had a fair number of monsters in their armies down here, as I recall.
Who calls?
What we really need, though, are some missile units. I'm going to take a couple of crossbowmen here. That'll give us 3 missile units. They're not great for mid-game or late game, that's for sure. But I can't recruit any gunpowder units right now. And then... Okay, so these Knights of the Blazing Sun are cheap and fast. We don't buff them, but eventually we'll get another Lord who can. We'll get them over into a different army. So for now, I think maybe that's what we should do. They are anti-infantry, which is good against the chaff of the Vampire Count's army, but what we really need are things that are going to be good against the monsters. Okay, I'm going to take one more and leave it at that for now. And then you have no movement left. I'm going to disband this army.
My decision.
May have been a mistake, but our money situation just improved. These 3 armies together
Praise Sigma.
are just fine. You are at 20 out of 20. You get a skill up. Okay, we'll give you Specialist. And let's see here. Do you have 3 points in Assassinate? You do not. Do you have 3 points in Assassinate? You do not. You, however, I just looked at you and you do. Your chance to wound is 50% for 1,600. Holy cow. I'm not gonna do that. Let's see here. What about... I can't reach over here. Can any of our heroes over here reach? You cannot?
Now.
Cannot? No, none of you are going to be able to. Okay, alright, so we're not going to try any counter-espionage this turn. We're doing some recruiting. Gregor Braun is going to stay here for 1 turn because Hergig is only 1 turn away from finishing the walls building. He'll be in much better shape to defend himself. I'm referring to Hergig as a he. And then maybe next turn we will be at war with Festus. And meanwhile we have Elspeth von Draken plus Marius here who can start to, if necessary, put some pressure down here. I think I'm going to go ahead and repair Leichberg, because at this point it does not seem as though they are desperate to occupy it. Vertbod, I'm going to... I don't desperately need this foundry building here, I don't think. It does increase our research rate and eventually increases our capacity for engineers. Well, actually, it already does right there. For 2,000, yeah, we'll do it. For 2,175. Meanwhile, our public order is improving. That's fine. Okay, right here, that's all fine. Hergig, you do not need the control anymore. Let's give you growth and construction cost reduction. Fildorf, they damaged walls, didn't they? That's why this is damaged. For 900. Wound. Hero activity versus settlements. Right here, damage building. Yep, there we go. That's why I had to repair that. Okay, that's fine. You do not get a commandment. All right, Middenheim, you're looking pretty good now. Schoppendorf, I don't dare level you up just yet because you're vulnerable. Same goes for this building right here. Okay, so that province is fine. We're doing the growth and construction costs. That's all fine. Nuln. Let's take a look here. You've got both landmark buildings, but we could upgrade them. 7,200 for this. Iron Resolve for Knights of the Black Rose. Alright, what does that do? Passive ability. Entities cannot die while ability is active. Enabled if hit points are greater than 50%. Okay, that's fine. Local recruitment duration. Actually, right here. Recruitment costs come down even more versus this. This is... I feel like we already have that Emperor's Wrath Elector Count State troops. Mercenary replenishment time, minus 25% for Emperor's Wrath. Okay, yeah, it's just a little bit quicker. Recruit rank for artillery and gun units. Okay, so that's definitely what we want to be doing. This is all characters, upkeep reduction for all armies, so it doesn't have to be recruited specifically in this province. That's probably good because we are going to want to continue with artillery. I don't need the control building. Not desperately anyway. I don't need the growth. Is there any value in this? Not really. I think maybe then we need to build this. I know I was going to do it in a minor settlement. It makes more sense to build in a minor settlement, but we need to be able to do it in more places than just one, probably, so it needs to be in this province, and our provinces are already, our minor settlement buildings are already filled up. Okay, we're down to 4,000. Is the control that big of a deal? I'm going to, this is going to let us build. No, I'm gonna go ahead and do construction cost reduction for now. Oh, you know what? I know why we were doing this, for the income from trade. Never mind, cancel. Yeah, we'll keep that for the income from trade. Okay, Altdorf. We need to upgrade this, but obviously we can't afford it. We're in the process of upgrading that. We've already got this building right here in Bogenhofen. So Bogenhofen is what we need to upgrade. But anything else that we need to do in Altdorf, we have an open slot for it. Nothing that's a priority. So let's take a look at Bogenhofen. Bogenhofen over here should be safe to go ahead and do this. Okay. I think then that is... Nope, Black Pit. Black Pit, you're looking fine. You're losing control, so we need to boost our control here. Other than that, got the walls built. Looking good. What is this? Unpleasant climate. Oh, yeah. I just now realized that is an unpleasant climate. Okay, hero not moved. Wow, we're finally coming to an end here. Do you have... you have 20, right? Yes, you do. Okay, we're going to get you moving this way. At least until you get assassinated, because it's inevitable. Alright, I guess that's everybody. Nope, one more thing to do. We have 7,000 prestige, so we're going to go ahead and give our friends here... We're going to send aid to Essen. There we go. Now we're down to 6,500. I might as well do an Inquisition again, since we have so much prestige at this point. So that's over here. We'll do an Inquisition on Marienburg. Now we have Requisition. That's fine. Casus Belli. No, it's not necessary. Okay. Alright, so. Gaining 10 per turn for now. That's good. Won't last long, but it helps. Into Dust. What is this? Defeat Rinke Vanhal. Okay, well, we'll try to get there eventually. Okay, I think then... we're going to check our diplomacy out. We're strength rank 9. The Golden Order, we could finally get a treaty with them. Take a little bit of money from them. We still can't trade with them yet, but at least we're improving. And nobody wants a peace treaty with us right now. Even Azhag. Okay. Alright. That's interesting to see. Sylvania is almost as strong as Archaon. Yowza. Okay. Definitely our two biggest concerns right here. Those two. For now, at least, until we go back to war with somebody else. Okay, let's go ahead then and end our turn and see what happens here. Alright, well, at least somebody failed an agent action. Okay, I'm not loving how successful the Chaos Dwarfs are right now. However, they are not all that strong when we look at the balance of power. The northern provinces should be doing better against is that Zatan? Is that why do I always struggle with his name? Zatan, Zatan. I'm gonna go with Zatan. Zatan the Black. They should be having more success against him because they are stronger than he is. And yet he seems to be walking through Cathay with impunity. So far, no one has said that they want me to turn off, or I should say, edit out all of the movement of the AI turns here, because we can see so much of the world now that this does take a while. I personally find it interesting, but if nobody else does, then I can certainly start editing some of this stuff out. Okay, we have Avalorn as usual, contributing nothing. It looks like Ulthuan is pretty well under High Elf control. They could probably safely start moving some of these armies, you know, off of the main island there and help out with some of the places that desperately need their help. But that's obviously a pipe dream. That's just not going to happen, Michael. Thematically speaking, we are placing humanity above all other races, and we are being reminded of a reason to place humanity above the High Elves. If we ever got to a point in this campaign where we had Chaos wiped out, I could very easily see going to war with the High Elves because they are so annoying. Okay. I wonder if I have the speedy turn camera activated for this campaign. I don't remember if I do or not. Okay. Well, anyway, Malekith still looks like he's quite strong, but he's only level 31. That's very interesting. I'm used to seeing the AI legendary lords hitting level 50 way before I do. And that has not been the case in this campaign, even though Karl Franz has been wounded in this campaign. Okay, nothing from Clan Mulder. That does tell me that Beck is vulnerable, probably. Okay, looks like Celestra is just about to get ready to get wiped out. She's probably down to just a couple of settlements here. Wait a minute, does she have all 4 of those settlements? I can see on the minimap there are 4 enemy settlements there. Yeah, she does, okay. She just doesn't have any military. Wow, speaking of no military, Balthazar is looking pretty pathetic over here. This would be a good time for him to let me confederate him. Okay, Azhag, what are you doing? What is... Failure, that's good. Okay, I would have been very upset if that had succeeded. What is that army going to do? He assaulted garrison. Okay, the army did not attack us. It looked like it didn't even move. Okay, Grom. Grom is still finding success against Bretonia. That's a problem. Alright, Sylvania, here we go. What are they doing? What are they up to here? Failure. Okay, that's good. As long as it's only heroes over here, I'm not too worried about that. But if they start moving armies this way, that's going to be a concern. They are moving armies out. Okay, briefly they did. Alright, I'm sorry, Archaon, here he comes. In march stance. And that's the only army I see. Okay, here we go. We're at war with Festus. We are now at war with Festus. Okay. We knew this was going to happen, and we were kind of waiting for it because we couldn't declare war on him without dragging all of these other factions into it. We're going to go ahead and call our allies for help. He's going to be able to take one of our settlements, maybe two of our settlements. Is there any reason to fight this? Oh, it's a minor settlement battle. Yeah, we'll fight it. I think what we'll do is we'll fight it at the beginning of the next episode. Because it's going to take a little while to fight. We're not going to win, but we might be able to do some damage to him. He definitely outnumbers us. I don't know. I don't know. It might be kind of tricky. Might be kind of tricky. But we'll try it. Okay. You all know how much I hate minor settlement battles. It's very tempting for me to just auto-resolve it. Let me know if you think I should auto-resolve it. But if people don't tell me otherwise, then I will go ahead and fight it. All right. Anyway, we'll go ahead and leave it there. So thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.